This is some insights. We don't want to be in the one video with Ripple or something like this. And we can bring new decentralized governance models even to the United Nations. But by the secret, I want to tell you, validators, it's our digital army. We can't attack with this army. So we will create clauses with the cool and stylish logo about posthuman. But it will be smart clauses. To become a posthuman, we need to pass through some kind of cyborgization. And he say, friend, what I need to do? To vote for the proposal or to save the life of the person? Totally robophobia. Hello, friends. Today we have town hall of posthuman validator. If we will speak about results of 2022, the best results, of course, it's a process of the decentralization of the governance of posthuman validator. We came to the brilliant idea and understanding that decentralized networks need to be validated by the decentralized validators. And even if somebody still don't really understand it, the future will be for this idea and the future will be for this technical solution, because if we have decentralized validators, it's the same like the blockchain validate another blockchain, and this is kind of the fractal, and this is the logical evolving of the networks. I think this is the matter of the time, and in 2, 3, 5 years, it will be the kind of the trend, but somebody needs to make an experiment with this and somebody needs to be the first. And this is the big luck for us that we are the first. Maybe it's a little bit harder because we don't have other examples. From other side, we don't really have the concurrence on this field. I really hope that all our experience will help other validators to start to decentralize their governance, and we will really change the POS paradigm. So for the 2002, we already create 61,000 of PHMN. And if we will look at our roadmap, we can see that our first year path really by the roadmap. At the beginning of 2022, we created 50,000 PHMN and we added it to liquidity pool with Juno. For the 2022, we already have not one liquidity pool, but 2 liquidity pools, Juno PHMN and Atom PHMN. For the stake drop in the Q2, Q3, and Q4, we distribute 11,072 PHMN more, and all of this we can see already created. In the next 7 years, we will create 53.4% of PHMN, and in 2030, we will have max supply. So what it means? For now, we have 61,000 of PHMN, max supply 131.72 PHMN. It means that every year we will create 10,000 new PHMN until the max supply will be achieved. We have market capitalization little bit more than 2.5 million. We have 2 liquidity pools. Very interesting that biggest part of the PHMN, 77% locked in the DAS, near 20% of PHMN in the free circulation, and near 4% of PHMN in liquidity pools. This is very good stats, and we can compare these stats with many other networks, and most of the networks don't have such good hold ratio. 76%. I think maybe Akash and Persistence also have kind of this good stats, but we can see that most of those staked tokens at the foundations, and we have such a ratio from the common users. For the 2022, we became the only one growing token in the price on the bearish market, and I think this is the great success, and I think that this success based mostly on the community. Why It's based on the community. And of course, it's mathematics. Of course, it's a game theory. But why the community? Because we don't have really marketing. We can see that many projects that have good marketing, they attract people who buy the tokens not because they understand what is the behind the project. I don't speak now about the projects that are pure speculations or the scam projects. I speak about cool projects that are not speculations, that have cool developers, and they have cool marketing. And this cool marketing, it's a kind of the time bomb. Because people who are attracted by the golden package and cool marketing, they buy the token not because they understand what is the meaning of the token, how they can use this token. They buy this token only because of the one idea. I will buy this token for the price 1 and sell this token for the price 2 when the price 2 is bigger than price 1 in 5, 10 or some other times. And when the bearish market come, people who was buying token because they want to sell them, they sold them. Because they don't understand what's behind the projects. They don't understand what developer do for the projects. They don't understand how this project will affect their life and change their world. If we will speak about speculation, we understand this just like some bad people try to earn money on the other people who don't really understand what happens. But for the cool projects, this is also very bad. In our case, we don't spend nothing. So it means we don't have any investors. The only investor in this project was me, and I invest in PHMN 2000 Juno. And of course, I invest in PHMN my life, and I spend kind of 12 hours per day, sometimes much more. To develop this project. But if we will speak about the funds, nobody can take out our funds, first. Second, because we don't have marketing, people who buy PHMN, they attracted not because of the some golden package. They need to overstep several filters. They need to read the tokenomics, come to the community, ask many questions, understand. As usually, people who just want to invest and get money, they just don't pass this filter. They come and they don't understand. Oh, this is decentralized governance, something really hard for me. Tell me what I need to buy to sell it with X10 or something like this. Our community buy our tokens not to sell it, but to get the reward, to use it in the governance. Our community understands that our tokens, it's not a speculation, that it will not be solved, that this is kind of the stocks to get the reward from the validator and from many networks. It's the governance token to govern the liquidity, and we can govern the liquidity with the PHMN. What it means, govern the liquidity. A lot of projects have their own community pools. How is effective community pools of other projects? We can go, for example, to the Minscan, look at the Cosmos, and we can look for the data about the community pool. 1.47 millions of atom now do nothing. This amount of atom can be staked and bring to the community pool rewards. They can be added to the liquidity pool. They can be invested to somewhere and bring some benefits for the community pool. Our community pool, it's our liquidity pool. All our community pool now working and produce for us endless profit. How we can understand it? Because if we will look percent of liquidity that's provided by the post-human decentralized autonomous synchronization, we will see that 99.2% in Atom PHMN pool from the DAS, from the decentralized autonomous synchronization. And then Juno PHMN pool, it's kind of 96%. And we will go now to the osmosis. We can find the pool 867. We will see Atom PHMN pool. And we will see that 24 trading volume, $5,000. Swap fee, 0.3. Who get this 0.3% of swap fee? Liquidity provider. Who is the liquidity provider? posthuman decentralized autonomous synchronization liquidity provider. It means that when anybody swap atom to PHMN, 99.2 from this 0.3% of swap fee goes back to the decentralized autonomous synchronization. We didn't understand it at the beginning, and this is like accidentally we make the most effective community pool all over all Cosmos ecosystem. We are the only one project who have community pool that is working right now and working with every exchange and bring us more and more liquidity because of the exchanges. And this is for us, it's like a new vision and new understanding, and I really hope that other community pools, other projects will take an example from us and will take our experience. We are totally open and we are ready to give some advice or to share the information how we do this. This is not really hard, but it will help to the many projects to be more effectively. We launched posthuman decentralized synchronization, and for the 2022 it's the big deal for us. My voting power now 6.6%, and it's a 3000 PHMN. You can see that I currently unstake 1000 PHMN. I will not sell them. I unstake them to distribute them among other good people. Governance validator, community active members who bring the... So why I do this? By the theory of the game, I need to do something that is in my interests. So I explain my interests. I totally sure that the distribution is much more effectively than to collect and collect. And we can understand at the beginning I had 8,000 PHMN and I already gave to other people 4,000 PHMN. But at the beginning the price of the PHMN token was 0, and now we have huge community. Now we have English-speaking community, Chinese-speaking community, Spanish-speaking community, Russian-speaking communities. It's a huge. We have Discord. We have whole web page. We have 1,216 people. Our activity is supported by big validators, and more people are interested in our project, and we are waiting of the joining of the Imperator, Cosmos Station, and so on. I will speak about it later when we will speak about the blockchain of the posthuman. And now I have less PHMN that I had at the beginning, but the price of this amount much more bigger than it was. So it means now I'm in the interest to distribute this 1000 PHMN to get the result that my 3000 PHMN will have price bigger than 4000 PHMN when I had before. This is my interest, and I want to distribute them not among the people who will sell it without any reasons, because in this case I will lose a lot of funds. I need to distribute them among those who really contribute and bring real value to the development of the decentralized governance and so on and so on. So we also now have treasury. Our treasury is not really small, near to $47,000. Very nice for the beginning of our treasury. We plan to use this treasury also in the interest of the community and interest of the development. And now we can easily create proposals. And with these proposals, for example, if we will add an action, we can choose here spend native or CV tokens from the treasury, choose here PHMN, let's spend, I don't know, like 400 PHMN, where to send, so on. Now we can really help to develop the posthuman validator by the community, and now we have all the tools. How we can do it? We need to distribute them among those who bring the real value and real contribution for the development. We can see that amount of the people who want to govern the validator grew up, and it means when some big players who bought some PHMN at the beginning when it was the really small price. They sell it, and these tokens distributed among big amount of small players. This is how the process of distribution goes in the reality, and we can see that we already have some interesting and critical moments. In this article, you will see that we already see some crash of the price of the PHMN, but all the time after such crash, we grew up more and more. Why it happens? Because at first, small amount of big players sell their tokens, and big amount of small players bought them. And after some people who have middle amounts sold their tokens, and they are distributed among the more bigger amount of the small players. And now we see how a big amount of the small players hold PHMN in DAS to have the possibility to govern and get the future stake drops. Now we don't have big amount of people who can sell a lot. How we can see it? We try to be the most transparent project in the cosmos. We try to be the example that other projects and other people can tell. Why you don't do like a posthuman? Yeah, and somebody needs to be the example. We can be the example for others. Yes, at first we show the online data about all the people who have some PHMN amounts in the decentralized autonomous synchronization. And we can see this is my address. I'm even not the number one. I'm number two. Number one have 5,500 PHMN. To be true, I don't know who is this person. You see, it's updated online. I want to tell to this person, you need to understand, we really appreciate that you hold so big amount. But for the many other people, it's little bit scary to understand that some person have such big amount of the PHMN, and its voting power, it's even 11%. It's a big amount in the hand of the one player. I distribute my voting power, and I do it totally clearly, and everybody can see it by the transactions. But I can't force somebody else to distribute. But this person needs to understand, if they will distribute it, for example, sell part of their tokens to the more big amount of the small players, their tokens also will grow up in the price. Much more better to have 5% of voting power of something that have a price 1 billion than 11% of voting power of something that costs some millions. So I clearly understand it, and I want to make my voting power less and less. More better distributed voting power among the different players, more I can trust to this network. So friends, thank you for the holding of such big amounts, but just think about this simple idea. Better to have less tokens that very big price than a lot of tokens with the small price. As my opinion, this price is the small for the PHMN. The usability of PHMN much more bigger, and functionality and what you can do and what you can govern. Not all the tokens will give you possibility to govern the liquidity or something. Not all the token will give you possibility to turn off the machine in the network or join the new network or change the commission or whatever you want. Our token have real usability and have a real trustless price because we always add the real income. We are not a speculation. Even if people will not buy any tokens, our price will grow up because of the mathematics, because of the mathematics of the liquidity pools and because of the tokenomics. I hope people will understand that to distribute it's more profitable than to collect. Next moment we show to the people all addresses. We don't know who is behind these addresses. You can see how many people have the unlocked PHMN in the free circulation. So it means all these addresses have possibility to sell or to exchange the PHMN in one moment, no borders for them, and this is good. You can see my address. I have 94. I distribute them among other people, and also you can just look at the mean scan at my address and you will see all transfer transactions, and as usually in memo you will always see like the support of the Discord, the nation, Nigeria, so on, and people who get them always can tell, yeah, we get it for this, and I distribute it for free. Also, we can see the dates of the on-hold of the PHMN from the DAS, and you can see that tomorrow 1,000 of the PHMN will be on hold from DAS. This is about my address. I will not sell it. It will not change the price. Also, we collect the income from the validator, and if before we are just was adding this income into the liquidity, now we are waiting that somebody sell. We see all the data and amounts, so we can prepare the income from the validator, and this is that we call market making. Not just to add income every 3 days or every 7 days. Every time when somebody sell a lot, for us, it's very profitable to exchange part or half of income to the PHMN by the small price and add it back to the liquidity pool. Also, thank you all traders, and thank you for the all arbitrage people who are also always use these possibilities to earn. We can see that sometimes the price of the PHMN became a little bit different, and sometimes it can be even kind of $1, like it was in this small period of time. The price of PHMN on Osmosis was $40, at Junaswap $39.2. This is like kind near 80 cents difference for the $40 price. This is the good possibility for the arbitrage, not for the big players, for the small players. But you can see that this is not really long time. You have as usually kind of 5-10 minutes, and after price became near to the same. And this is thank you for our different pools. Atom PHMN and Juno PHMN, they make brilliant arbitrage possibilities and protect our price from the crashing down. All this information in the free access, we already published it in our Telegram, Twitter, Medium, everywhere, or just ask in the chat where I can find it, and we will send you a link. Also, we have PHMN Whalebot, cool tool to understand everything. We can see person unlock, person sell, hold, transfer, hold. This bot shows all the transactions that are bigger than 10 PHMN, and we can see, for example, transfer of 1,000. We can see the transaction link. Yeah, this is amount now in our DAS in the treasury. If we will go to the post-human DAF, we will see in our treasury now 1125 PHMN. We can see here is 1120, blah, blah, blah. So our community became really active, and we need to tell thank you our ambassadors. Thank you for our most active community members, and we even start to add them on our page. Thank you, Ekaterina, Sergey, Nikita. Everybody can read the information, and we will add more and more people here, all people who start to live by the community, start to spend their life to develop the validator. You need to be here, and it's also good resume or something like this. And our core team became bigger. Now Nikita, it's a validator Web3 forever, join our team, and we are friends already for a long time. And now Nikita tell, friends, let's do it together. And Nikita, validator with the big experience, he validate a lot of chains. And for us, it's an honor that he joined us. What it means for the posthuman validator. Some of the validators that are Web3 will be renamed to the posthuman, and they will participate in the PHMN distribution. Profit from these validators will also go to the capitalization of PHMN. And we can see it already in the Stargaze. Posthuman validator wasn't in the Stargaze, but now posthuman validator number 82. Several days ago it was Web3 Forever validator, but now it's a posthuman validator. Now Stargaze will participate in the PHMN distribution for the next stake drops. I will speak about it later. Also, Nikita is a professional validator. He is one of the co-founder of the DVS. He is one of the mentor of Validator School. If you will visit his GitHub, you will see how many networks in the mainnet he validates, how many test nets are active, how many already projects he was participating, and so on and so on. He have a great experience. For the last time, we were so busy with the contribution for the networks that we already have, that we don't really have a time to develop new networks and to join the new testnets. So now he will answering for the participation of the posthuman in the new testnets. That will be a new mainnets that will bring us more capitalization to the posthuman token, and that will make our decentralized validator more and more interesting for the delegators and so on. And of course, I forgot to tell about Crew 3 program. Maybe Arion or Ekaterina want to tell something about the Crew 3 program and how it was for you in 2002, your inner feelings about how to make the community stronger.
First of all, I want to say thanks to the community because they really connect to our Crew 3 program. We are very happy that many people come, and every day we check different tasks and work with community. Maybe Vladimir say about results, maybe you.
Yes, this is so great that so many people join to the community and start to do something and start to feel themselves the part of the validator, and this is what we really want to do. And this is our first step for implementation of our new vision that we will call learn to earn, when the person can join the community with zero skills and start to take some tasks like quests. It's a process of the gamification. When on the first levels, it's a really easy tasks with the really small effort. But if you finish this task, you can take little bit more harder task with more bigger effort. All of us know it by the playing computer games. Quests became harder and harder, but bring you more and more experience. And as the result, more and more gold or something like this, or artifacts, something like this. On the first levels, it can be create the meme or take the meme of some other project and cover it. Next level, create your own meme. Next, create some infographics. Next, create the button for the web page. Create some part of the web page. Create full web page. On the last level, can be project who is interested in the solving some issue. For example, I need a web page for my project and I don't know who will do it for me with the good quality. I tell, I ready to pay, I don't know, $500 for the web page or $1,000. I put it as the last, and I understand that the person who can take this task already do all the small parts, and person takes this task, finish this task, get the reward, and I get the high quality web page from the enthusiast, and it will be kind of the win-win solution for the people who want to improve their own skills and earn something in this process. And it can be with the translation, it can be by the group of the people. So tasks can be really different. We just need to deconstruct them for the many small tasks and create the tree of such tasks that person can easily do and easily learn how to do it. And as the result, we will have very educated community, and we will up their skills, and they will get the reward for this. And I think this is a brilliant idea, even much more interesting than play to learn. We understand that the post-human validator, it's a community-based validator. And a lot of people from the community do something every day. Some people attract new people by the spreading of idea, person to person, real peer-to-peer. Some people create pictures. Some people use artificial intelligence to create pictures. Some people write the songs. Some people create articles. Some people just repost articles. Some people make the videos and guides and so on and so on. This is the best marketing kind of, yeah. We don't need to pay funds for the marketologues. We don't need to pay for some people in the costume who will come. Oh, we will make a tweet about you and on our YouTube channel. If we pay for the people in the costumes, they sell our tokens because they don't really care about nothing. They're ready to make an advertisement for any scam if the scam will pay them. And we can see it a lot of time. We are care about our reputation. We don't want to be in the one video with Ripple or something like this. Second moment, if we give it out of the community, our value sold somewhere. But if we will incentivize our community members, active community members, they will be more active. Some people can say, oh, nice, I can spend less time for the common job and spend more time for development of the posthuman, and I will have the same amount, maybe even bigger. And the other community members who are not so active for now, they will see, wow, I can not just only hold PHMN, write something and get the good relations and speak in the community. I even can contribute somehow to realize my potentials, to make the song, to create a meme, to write an article, to create some code, script, and so on, technical contributions, different levels. We have so many people in the community, and I think we have people of all skills. They will be interested also, start to be more active. I totally sure that if our community will be more active, it will attract more new people. So we will new delegators come to us in the different chains. It will be also the contributions for the other project. For the project, it's very cool to have the validator who is active and so on, because projects delegate us some foundations. They tell, oh, validator posthuman, you do this. Thank you very much for the reliers, technical contributions community. You are brilliant stakers, la la la. And they delegate to us. And from these funds, also rewards goes to PHMN capitalization. I'm totally sure that if we will spend part of our treasury to incentivize community members, it will be better distributed. It will be distributed among our people. One person can always sell a lot, but if we give it to the 100 people will not sell in the one moment. 50 will sell, 50 will not sell. So it means we keep part of the value, or maybe more, inside of the community. And the people who get this PHMN, they understand, better I will contribute to the posthuman, bigger price will be of the PHMN, bigger my reward. This is the beautifulness of game theory. We just create the system in which it's much more profitable to have a win-win, to cooperate. More better I do, more better became my skills, more bigger reward I get, more better I do, much more reward I get. And this is how we can overcome this crazy competition between people and start to cooperate and start to create some new kind of the relations when we are not the enemies, but when we are friends and when we understand. If we work together, if we do something together, the results will be much more better than if we are enemies to each other. About the stake drops. For now, every next year will be created 10,000 PHMN. How they will be distributed? 8 stake drops in a year, or 1 stake drop per 1 month and half. And we will distribute every quarter 1,000 PHMN to holders and 1,500 PHMN to delegators every quarter. But we will make 2 stake drops every quarter. Every 1 month with half, we will distribute 500 PHMN to holders, 750 PHMN to delegators. It will happen every year. As the result, we will distribute more than half of the PHMN in the 7 years. And we already distribute this part. And this part will be distributed. It will be a big amount of the PHMN. Just, it will not be for the one moment. Because if we will distribute it for the one moment, we all lose. Because if you get a lot of something, you will sell a lot and everybody have. And if everybody get small part by part, we will never have such crash of the price. So, post-human blockchain. Many people ask what is the post-human blockchain, for what we need post-human blockchain. Post-human blockchain, we need to create the really decentralized model of governance. Because for now, our decentralized governance based on the DAO zone, and we can't have here different kinds of the proposals. We can't have here proposal for treasury, proposals for this, proposal for this, with different models and very nice user interface, very nice possibilities, but not enough to really improve our governance model. So for this, we need to create our own smart contracts and so on and so on. We are always looking for the different DEXs where will be our PHMN token, Juno or Wind or Osmosis. We can create our own DEX. This is some insights. We make the game, and this game will be the part of the post-human blockchain. Now you can see that it's like a Sputnik network, but by the secret, I want to tell you, it will be the post-human blockchain. We will make some rebranding of the Sputnik and so on, so on. Our future blockchain of post-human will have as the governance token on these pictures, it's electron, but it will be post-human, as the economical token. And the economical token, of course, will not have the name neutron like here. It will have another name we will choose, maybe wipe, because we exchange by wipes, and wipe may be good name for the economical token. This economical token will not for the governance. This economical token will be for the paying fees, participating in the DeFi, getting APR, and so on and so on. And governance token, PHMN, will not be used for the paying fees. It will be used for the governance. It will be used for the distribution of the community pool. And where we will get funds in the community pool. These economical people who will use our network because of the DEXs, NFT, marketplaces, gamification, we will have the games, cross-game synchronization, and so on and so on. They come to our community. Not because they want to govern. Just imagine for yourself, it exists like a doctor or some, yes, he is healing the person, he's like a chirurg, and some people come to him and tell, friend, let's go to govern with us, you need to participate in the governance. And he say, friend, what I need to do? To vote for the proposal or to save the life of the person? Can you choose something good, that doctors have a good payment and good environment to save the human lives, and I will do my work and you will govern? So many people come to us not to govern, but to participate. They glad to be in the community and they interested in some economical part, but the governance, it's not the most important for them, and we need to accept it. So these people, kind of the citizens, they just make some economical things and they use our network for the getting profit. So they need to pay some kind of taxes. And these taxes will be 0.5%, half of the percent, smallest percent of the taxes in the world. It's a kind of the digital state where we have the citizens who are living in the country and they earning money and they are really glad that they have cool network, because this network protected by the validators, and the validators, it's our digital army. It's a good army. We can't attack with this army. We can only protect this army to protect our digital country, not to attack other countries. So these people who are delegators, they don't really want to govern, but they want to have a good security in the network. Part of the taxes goes to the validators to protect the network, 0.2%. 0.1% go to the community pool. It's a kind of the budget. It's a kind of the governance. These people are interested in the distribution of the community pool to the developers, because developers update the network and write the code, and better community will distribute community pool among developers to update the network. Better network works, more delegators, more citizens use it, more taxes goes to the validators, more taxes goes to the community pool. And these people who are in the community, they can tell, friend's proposal. I work with you 24 hours per day. I need to pay for electricity or maybe a new laptop. Let's give me from the budget $500. It's okay. And we will say, yes, not a problem. We see. So these people interested in the having big community pool and use it not only in own interest, but in interest of the network. Because in this case, they will have community pool. Validators interested in providing security, because if the network is secure, they have the taxes from the citizens. Citizens interested in the cool network because they get profit from this, and gamers interested in the games. They just love to play games, and this is learn to earn, win to earn, some election of the sponsors, and some testing of the governance models. Because at first games can create some new governance models that we can implement to the governance of the network, and as we have separated governance token and economical token, we can see we change the governance model, how it's affected economics. If new governance model make all of us more rich, it's a good governance model. If new governance model make bad for economics, it's a bad governance model. By this way, we can create and test new decentralized governance models and see how it's effective or not effective. And we can bring new decentralized governance models to the new blockchains or even to the United Nations or to the some other DAOs. We can provide it as the service. If you want to test your governance model, we can test it for you and give you results. Even if it's not a service, even creating of new, more effective governance model will make us more happy, more rich, and so on. This is already benefits. Posthuman can't validate own blockchain because people will tell, oh, you create specially cool conditions for your validator, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a lot of bad talks, so on. So we will not validate our blockchain. We will collect validators with the good reputation that everybody knows that this is not a posthuman validator. It will be like an imperator validator, Cosmos Station validator. You know that these people, not the posthuman citizen Cosmos validators, so on, so on. Other validators will validate our network. They will get the reward from the networks, from the all exchanges and taxes. They are interested in the supporting our network. We are interested in them, and it will be new step of the how the validators can do something together, not to compete for the delegators, but to cooperate to make the network stronger, to care about security and so on. Of course, one person can be validator, community and delegator and gamer in the one time. This is just depends of what you prefer. And of course, all people who have PHMN tokens, who are holders in DAS, they will get this economical token as the drop. And this is one more utility and one more bonus for the PHMN token. And the last moment that I want to tell, to become a posthuman, we need to pass through some kind of cyborgization. People are afraid to put a chip inside of their bodies. They are afraid to implement some computers inside. But as you can see, we don't afraid to make a piercing. And we don't afraid to put the clothes. And we don't afraid to put the glasses. But the glasses, it's a kind of cyborgization. Without glasses, without technology, your vision not so cool like with glasses. So we will create clothes with the cool and stylish logo about posthuman, but it will be smart clothes. We will start from the something easy. It will be with some in-face chip inside. It means like you have the new clothes, stylish brandy, you can buy it only for the PHMN, and you put your mobile phone to the in-face and your mobile is unlocked. Or for example, you can put and see the price of the PHMN online. Or you can, even if you hide it good, and we will try to do everything, you can keep some private data there. And the person will order the clothes, t-shirt, hoodie, something like this, with some instruction, put at first the mobile phone to the NFS, get the NFT directly about this t-shirt, or hoodie, and you can after use this NFT in the game like a skin or something like this. After you have the kind of the guide, open source program, what to upload on your NFS chip and how to do it, and we will make the guide that you can upload different open source programs. Next step of this, just imagine we can put some tracker of how your heart beat. I think it's a question for the people who is 35 plus or kind of this. This tracker can check your heartbeat, and if something became really wrong, not like usually, this chip send information at this location, this GPS location, person who have the same hoodie like you or same t-shirt, who is from your community, have a problem with heart, and a lot of people around the world start to know it. Me, you, one in Nigeria, in Sri Lanka. I can be very far away from this person, but my friend live there. Can you, or I can even call to some ambulance and say, looks like the person have a problem with heart at this location. So it means we will be really more connected to each other. Because when something happens with the person who you don't really know, you don't really care. But when you know that something happens with person who have the same ideas like you, who are in the one community with you, who have the same t-shirts like you, who is building with you something, you think, okay, this is my digital friend. I need to help. And just imagine a lot of people start to care about you in the moment when it's really needed for you, when you are in the dangerous. This is the like a first steps, how we can make a smart closures to make the first step of the cyborgization, to put chip not inside of us, but on us. And also it will be new usability and functionality for the PHMN token. And it will be some interesting form of the future that's not a dystopia and totally terrible where the people kill each other or artificial intelligence want to kill everybody with nuclear bombs. Totally robophobia. It will move us to some bright understanding of the digitalization, posthumanism, where we can prevent all crises by the technologies and create the really new forms of the meta-distributed organisms, where the people all over the world in different places can act together, can do something together, and can understand each other. I think this is one of the main what we need to get. And on this way, we need decentralized governance, we need strong community, we need a lot of education, we need a lot of new skills, and we need to be friends with each other. Because me and we now, not really big difference. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.